All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me see if I can get the next slide. All right, great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Fessler. I'm the Associate Dean of Enrollment here at Hudson County Community College, and I want to welcome you to our live virtual information session for cybersecurity. So I am actually not your main presenter today. I have a professor of the program with us here today, and I'll have them introduce themselves in a moment. I do want to let you know that there is a Q&A chat section where you can put questions in throughout the presentation, and we will answer those questions live at the end. So we encourage you to ask questions today in that Q&A chat section. I also will come on at the end of the presentation and also discuss some enrollment information for you if you haven't already enrolled or if you need some help moving along in the process. So with that being said, I'll hand it over to our professor now, and he can introduce himself and talk to you about our cybersecurity program. Oh, you're still muted. There we go.
Hello, my name is Professor Al-Jamal. I am the Cybersecurity Program at Hudson County Community College. The Cybersecurity Program is a new program for us. We started it about 3 years ago, and it is gaining a lot of momentum. We are getting a lot of students in the program. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most growing programs at the college. We got a number of students already graduated from Hudson and went to 4 years colleges, or some of them are pursuing their master's degree. So this is a very good program. It's a very strong program. There's a lot of demand on this one. The demand on this program is tremendous, to the point that the Labor Bureau of the United States is expecting to have over than 3 million jobs by the end of year 21. So therefore, there's a lot of opportunity, there are a lot of promises for this job. I will go over in details as we go through. Please go to the next slide. So when students come to Hudson County Community College, we have a 2 years program. This 2 years program, in the end, you get an associate degree in computer science slash cybersecurity. What does that mean? It means that once you are done from Hudson, if you want to stay in cybersecurity, that is fine. You can stay in cybersecurity and you can get a degree, either a bachelor's degree or you can even get a master's degree. What's even better is you can go straight into the master's degree program at some universities, such as St. Peter's University. We have an articulation agreement with them, which means that you will take all the courses that you study and you take at Hudson. Everything will be transferred for you there, about 60 credits at a very low cost, with the same quality of taking the courses at any other university or college. Now, rather than going into another 2 years to get a bachelor's degree, you can get a master's degree in cybersecurity. If you want to go back and just study computer science for one reason or the other, which I have not seen, you could do so, because cybersecurity is nothing but a computer science program. And this opens, when you go for computer science, your choices are kind of a little narrowed. But here with cybersecurity, you are taking two things, you are hitting two birds with one stone. You are doing cybersecurity and computer science. And this will also open jobs for you and opportunities in the future. So if you decide to work in cybersecurity, you could. And if you decide to work in, let's say, programming or any other computer science discipline, you will be able to do so as well. Not only St. Peter's University that we have agreements with, we have other universities and colleges. Most of our students go to NGIT and Rutgers. Some students go to Montclair State University. We are also working on another agreement with Fairleigh Dickinson University. So this program enables you to go to any other local university or college. Also, we've seen some students going to other colleges and universities. There's, I know a couple of students went to Drexel University, a prestigious university, and that student is almost graduating from that university with a master's degree in cybersecurity. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned before about the demand that is becoming really huge in the field of cybersecurity. And you could see that there is, wherever you look at the bulletin boards when you are traveling on the highways or main streets or New York, you will see posters for all colleges, universities, institutions, business colleges. Everyone is advertising for cybersecurity programs and degrees and certificates. Why is that? Because of the huge demand on cybersecurity. You could see the cyber crimes that are happening on daily basis. You watch the news, you hear what's going on with the elections, you hear what's going on with the cyber attacks, you hear what is going on with hacking and social crimes, social engineering. To defend these businesses and defend the banks and to defend all these entities that cybersecurity tries to protect, there are a lot of jobs there. And as you can see from the slide here, over than 3.5 million jobs will be available globally by 2021. So the fact that there is so much demand on this field, this is a great opportunity for all of you who are watching and listening. The cybersecurity looks into a couple things that it covers and protects. First, it covers the data. Second, it covers the hardware. Third, it covers the network. Fourth, it covers the people who are involved in this thing. So what does this mean? It means wherever you go, there's a demand on protecting these four entities. There's huge demand in the government field, Homeland Security, FBI. This morning I was in a meeting with one of our professors doing the criminal justice, and he invited a number of guests from the government. He invited some detectives and some people from the Homeland Security. And we are looking to have some programs where we will have them come and talk with our students. We did that in the past and we will have that in the future. But the main point here is they are in so much shortage and need of people with this discipline. So I was talking also with the dean of another university a couple of days ago, and he was telling me that when your students graduate and come to us, to NGIT, and enroll into cybersecurity, we have, I don't know how many millions, like $20 million worth of grant for students getting into this field, and they will be able to work for the government the minute they graduate. As a matter of fact, there's an attachment for them. Once they finish the program, they have to work for the government. So if you are looking for a job security, there you go. That opportunity is right there for you. We're not looking here for just a student to come in and do 2 years college and get a certificate and hey, I graduated with a diploma of 2 years. We are looking for farther than this. We are looking for students to pursue their 4 years and for master's degrees, for bachelor's and master's degrees. We are looking to empower students. We are looking to empower you with knowledge and experience. So when you leave Hudson and you finish your 4 years college, you are ready to work in the market. I personally came from the industry. I did 29 years of work in IT in the industry. And I know what's the demand out there. So therefore, working for cybersecurity is a great field. Requires discipline, requires some students who are really looking to study and looking to pursue good jobs. And if you see yourself that a student who can really put efforts in this program, then I think this program is well suited for you. Next slide, please. So what are the jobs that are out there? I just listed here a few jobs, but you are more than welcome to go to the Labor Bureau of the United States, and you could see the different types of jobs. What you are looking at here, guys, is a list of jobs and prospective salaries. Now, here's the thing here. I do not give you false hopes. I do not give you just numbers. You could do this on your own. Now, that doesn't mean that once you finish Hudson County Community College, you're going to get a job making $100,000. What does this mean is you finish Hudson, you pursue 4 years, a master's degree program, you get some years in the field, some experience, then you will have no problem making that money. While you are going to Hudson, we have other opportunities for you. I encourage my students all times that let's not go work as a waiter or a waitress or a parking attendee. Let's work in the field. Let's look for a job in the field so you can gain the experience firsthand. This will build you up. What we did recently is Hudson partnered with a recruiting company called Year Up, and we have a program going along with them. And as cybersecurity student, you have the option of just enrolling at Hudson as a regular student, or you may choose to be part of the Year Up program. The Year Up program, you take all the requirements for the degree, but on top of this, there's a paid internship. So while you are taking classes, we are placing you to work somewhere, get a credit for the work that you do, and also get paid for it as well. What does that do for you? That opens the field for you to get networking. You network with the companies that you go to. So now they see that you are a dedicated person. That opens the door for you to get a job with them in the future. If you don't get the job with them, you already have some experience. So this is another option that we have within cybersecurity that you may want to get enrolled in as well. Next slide, please. So we have a number of courses that we offer. Of course, we have the general elective courses. Then we have the core courses for the program. And among the core courses that we have for the cybersecurity is a course called Cybersecurity, another one called Computer Forensics, a third one called Ethical Hacking, another one called Network Security. Now these courses, each one of them is a career by itself. If you were to take any of those courses, you have to take these courses. So for example, you take the Computer Forensics class. This course is a real gate for you to get into governmental jobs, investigations, looking for evidence, investigating crimes. Another one is ethical hacking, where you are there to defend against an entity that you are working for. We train you to have the mental thoughts of a hacker. We do not train you to be a hacker. We train you to think like a hacker. So when the hacker tries to attack the entity that you are working for, here you go, you defend the government, or you defend the bank, or you defend the job that you are working for. With this, we give you hands-on training. So we contracted with a third-party company called InfoSec, and this company is currently supporting over than 400 to 500 colleges and universities. What they do is they give you a virtual environment where you log on from anywhere at any time, and you can do your assignment, your lab on their machines. So as you see here with COVID-19, where we are sitting home, and if our labs were in the college, we could struggle. Some of us don't want to go to campus, but here you are, you could be sitting at the comfort of your home and doing your lab easily, on time, and from the comfort of your home. Now, among those labs that you'll be doing, for every course, we have a set of labs. Beside the lecture, we have a lab. So among those labs that you see here, I look, for example, one thing that students always get excited about is crafting and deploying a malware. This is like how to create a virus or a Trojan. We won't teach you here this thing again to go and create a virus. What we teach you here is this is the way how the virus is created, and we emphasize on that, hey, this is for your knowledge. And if someone goes and creates a virus, you're the one who's going to get in trouble. But the reason why we teach you these things is to let you know that this is how the hackers and the cyber criminals attack other entities. So you see how the program is created, because in the end, the virus is nothing but a program. So we teach you a number of programming languages such as Java, C++, Python, and now we show you how to create the virus there, or how these criminal minds think. And the same thing applies for all these things. We teach you here. On the other hand, we teach you how to secure the system. So this is how the virus is created, and now we show you how to create the defense against the virus. So these are hands-on labs that are available for you all, where you can access them from anywhere at any time. And the same thing applies for all our cybersecurity classes. Move on, next one, please. So along with what we do at Hudson, we collaborated and we partnered with St. Peter's University. As I mentioned before, we have an articulation agreement with St. Peter's, and we are looking to build one. Hopefully, it's in the signing process with Fairleigh Dickinson. So what we do here is, the normal days, I would take my students, a group of my students, on the weekend, for example, and we would go and have a match with our colleagues, our students at St. Peter's University. So you have two teams. This is an example of having two teams, a team from Hudson and a team from St. Peter's. And we formed an exercise here where one team created a virus and attacked the other team. And the other team built the batch to defend against the virus. And this was a very good exercise among many other exercises. Usually we do like 4 or 5 visits to St. Peter's every single semester. This is only one of the activities that we do. We also bring, as I mentioned before, guests from the government, guests from the field, guests from the industry to talk with you about the demand and the opportunities. We bring these people to show you that there's a future there. This is not just to take a class and move on to try to search for jobs there. No, this shows you that how strong the demand is, and there is a light in the end of the tunnel. Next slide, please. So yes, as I also indicated previously, we have very good relationship with a number of local colleges and universities. You finish it from Hudson, you can go to any of those listed schools. Now, one more thing that I would like to highlight to you. Some of you might think, wow, Fairleigh Dickinson and St. Peter's are private institutions, therefore they cost a lot of money. That is true, but I could tell you that in the past 2 years, we were able to secure over than $1 million worth of scholarships to our students attending St. Peter's University. So most of our students go to St. Peter's, they get scholarships. So between the scholarship that they get, and some of them may not get a full scholarship, will get partial scholarship, but they might get financial aid. Some of them may get some money from their jobs, pay for it. But as you see here, there's a lot of money there for you to help you pursue your school. And the number of students who've gone there is a great number. I do keep track of some students. Some students keep in touch with me. And I've seen a student working for a company last year. He worked for a company. They started him with $56,000. He just was about to graduate from Hudson. He also got a scholarship to go to a university of his choice, and he was applying to Columbia University, and he was accepted. But I'm not sure if he went to Princeton or if he went to Columbia. So leaving Hudson has a lot of doors open for you. The main thing here is we are looking for students who are looking to commit. We are looking for students who are looking to do the work that is required. And if you feel that you are kind of a student who is interested in this program, by all means, this is a great opportunity for you. Next slide, please. So this is it for me. Thank you very much. And if there's any question, I'll be more than happy to answer it after Mr. Fizzler goes on with the enrollment part. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Al-Jamal. Very interesting information. I think I even learned some information that I might not have known about previously. So thank you very much. We'll come back. I do want to encourage everyone, continue if you haven't already. If there's any questions, please put them in the Q&A chat box. We will answer them live at the end. So if there's anything you're thinking about or want to ask today, whether it's about the cybersecurity program or enrolling at Hudson, please put those in. And like I said, we'll answer those in a moment live at the end. I am just briefly going to go over some enrollment information. I am going to give you some resources and contact information. Like I said, I'm just going to touch on this briefly. Some of you may already be enrolled at Hudson, and some of you may be a new student. So what I have up on the screen is two different flyers, one on the left, and for new student registration is on the right. I know this is a lot of information. If there's one contact I can encourage you to remember today, it's our admissions email address, admissions@hccc.edu. It's at the bottom here in the department contacts. If you're not sure about anything, email that email address, admissions@hcc.edu. We will certainly help you with registration, getting you enrolled, or getting you in contact with the correct person that you need to speak to. On the left-hand side, you'll see we do have a contact there if you're a veteran joining us today. If you are a current student, remember you can do online self-registration. If you are eligible to at least take English 101, you can register online yourself on the HCC portal, which is the My Hudson portal. Students can register remotely. There's a link there, calendly.com/HudsonCAS. That is a link that you can set up a remote registration appointment. I am going to give you a resource, a link that lists all this information. That will be on the next slide. So if you don't remember all this, it's okay. I also want to let you know we do have different options for the placement test right now. If you're a new student, you most likely have to take the placement test, or you would have to be exempt from it. If you go to hcc.edu/remote placement, there's a bunch of different options for students right now, so take some time to review that. If you are a new student joining us today, you can see that it's very easy to enroll, apply, and register for classes. There's really three basic steps, which is apply, and you will see there is a promo code there, capital H, capital C, and the number 3, that's HC3, and that will waive the $25 application fee. So definitely take advantage of that if you haven't applied already. Step 2 is what I talked about before, determining your placement. And then step 3 is registering for classes. Now, that's the most basic steps. You know, of course, if you're interested in financial aid or scholarships, additional steps would have to be taken. Now, on this slide I have here, I mentioned I have some helpful resources. I already talked to you about the remote placement option. All of our remote services can be found at hcc.edu/remote services. We also have recently added at that link in-person appointments. There are limited appointments, but we have just begun taking appointments in person if you need help registering, applying, financial aid. So there are limited services available on campus in person to come, but you do have to set up an appointment. Everything for any appointment that you need to set up can be found at that link, hcc.edu/remote services. And then the last link at the bottom there is our plan for our return to campus. That's hcc.edu/return to campus. A lot of different information on there, including how classes will be run this fall, with the majority of them will remain remote, but there will be some high priority classes that really do need to be in person that will take place on campus. About 85% of our classes, though, will remain remote and online. And then lastly, if there's anything I can plug today, it would be our Hcc Enrollment Guide. Everything you need for enrollment can be found in that enrollment guide. If you type in hcc.edu/enrollment guide, it will actually download a PDF version of our full enrollment guide. Everything, like I said before, is in there, including all the dates, payment plans, financial aid information, remote services information. So everything you need, that's a one-place hub that has kind of everything. So if you're going to remember anything from this presentation that I'm talking about enrollment-wise, remember the hcc.edu/enrollment guide. So with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, and we will open it up to some questions. If you haven't put a question in yet, I encourage you to do so. We will try to get to all of them live today for everyone to hear. So I will stop sharing my screen. All right, great. I can see there's a few questions in there already, and we will go through them pretty much kind of in order right now. Professor, I will read these out loud for you to kind of answer these, and then if there's anything enrollment-wise, I'll be happy to answer those questions. So the first question we have here is, what is the difference between cybersecurity and digital forensics? For both, is it possible to combine cybercrime with either cybersecurity or computer science? So there's two questions there. The first one is, what is the difference between cybersecurity and digital forensics?
Okay. Am I on mute or?
You're good. Yep, we can hear you.
So cybersecurity covers a lot of areas. Computer forensics is only one of them. So a student who comes to Hudson will learn about computer forensics, will learn about ethical hacking, as I mentioned before. If you decide to go into forensics in the future, that will be one path that you can take. So basically, forensics is a topic or a branch of cybersecurity. When someone graduates from a college or university with the cybersecurity degree, one of the options for you is to work in the forensics field. You may want to take more courses in forensics if that's going to be your field, and that's the thing, that's the nature of any field that you want to specialize in. If I was to work into forensics, I would look for, but after the degree or while taking the degree, all other related courses that will enhance my knowledge for that field.
Great. And then they went on to ask, for both of those, cybersecurity and digital forensics, for both, is it possible to combine cybercrime with either cybersecurity or computer science?
Cyber crimes is basically they committed the crimes against in a digital way. So cybersecurity covers the whole thing here. So to combine it, if you are taking computer science, and as I mentioned before, a student who graduates with cybersecurity degree is a student who is eligible to go and continue for computer science. For example, we had a meeting with the dean and the chairman of Montclair State University. And one of their options was, if a student finishes Hudson in the cybersecurity program and goes to Montclair State, they do not have an undergraduate degree in cybersecurity. They have a graduate degree, master's degree for cybersecurity. So in this case, a graduate from Hudson in cybersecurity can go and enroll in computer science. So now you have computer science and cybersecurity. So now once you graduate, you could work in either one of them. Also, if you just go for cybersecurity, your degree, as I mentioned before, is nothing but a computer science degree / cybersecurity. So you're not going completely of the of the track. What you are doing here is you are doing computer science, but you are concentrating on cybersecurity there.
Great. So someone did ask, is this going to be recorded and sent out? Yes, this is being recorded today, and we will send it out. We also will post it on our YouTube channel at Hudson. So you will see it on YouTube, so we will get it out there. But it is, yes, it is being recorded. The next question here, are we able to complete the entire program online?
Online. So this is, we are getting into a new era with COVID-19. And there are a lot of things that we learn out of bad situations. Initially, we offered this program, the entire program, to be just face-to-face. The provost was asking me at one point to look into making the program online. Online is an option, but at the moment, if you were to look at the moment, what you have is you have three different types of ways of offering the required courses. We have some of them face-to-face, so that means that you have to go to campus. We have other courses that will be offered completely online. Online means that all the information is there and you are to learn on your own and you are interacting with your professor through email or through Canvas. Then you have the remote part, which is basically you meet at the same exact time, just like the way we are talking now. You have you have a full interaction with your professor and with your classmates. And you have, it's like being in the classroom. The only thing is you are connecting virtually. Now, at the moment, for next semester, I would tell you that all cybersecurity programs will be offered remotely. The following semester, I found this thing appealing and I found this very attractive. The following semester, I'm going to propose to have more of the cybersecurity programs offered remotely. So what does that mean? It means moving forward, some courses will be offered remotely. Some courses will be offered online. Some courses, as Mr. Fessler mentioned in the beginning, they have to be face-to-face. Now, down the road, a year, 2 years from now, we might convert everything for this program to be completely remote. But completely online, I don't see that as a great option to have the whole thing online, because you need to have the interaction with your professor. So some courses, yes, I could see you could do them on your own online, but there are certain courses that you need the interaction. That's how the program is going to be offered, and that's how the program is being offered now.
Great. I do see I have there's one or two questions. Someone was asking questions about other programs at HCCC. Just keep in mind this specific event is for cybersecurity. But if you do have other questions about other programs, please email admissions@hcc.edu. And we will certainly connect you with that department or get you the information you need. So just keep in mind this specific event is for cybersecurity. Email admissions@hcc.edu if you have any other questions. So the next one I have here is, good afternoon. I already obtained my bachelor's degree, but I'm looking into certifications. Could I apply to obtain a certification in cybersecurity?
I see this almost every semester. And as a matter of fact, I've seen students coming over with a master's degree, not only with a bachelor's degree. We are not offering a certificate here. What we are offering is an associate degree. So the way how it works for graduate students like you would be, you would come in, you would sit with someone from admissions. They will evaluate your diploma, your transcript. They will see what courses you have taken, and they will align them with the requirements for the program. For example, if you already took calculus, we're not going to make you take calculus again. If you took, because a bachelor's degree in what? Well, I don't know what bachelor's degree you have, but I'm sure that some of those courses could be waived, and there are certain courses that you'll take. So we don't make you start all over again. We take some of the courses that you have taken. We try as much as possible to avoid making you take any courses that you took, like math, like English, like philosophy. These are the courses. But when it comes to cybersecurity, programming, did you take a programming or not? So if you took a programming, we'll see what language. That's where we need you to take the core courses, at least when it comes to when you come in with a degree like that.
Do students from HCC typically transfer to master's programs at schools other than St. Peter's?
That is, St. Peter's is a school that we have an articulation agreement with. Now, if you were to go to any other school, some schools do offer the option. That will be on your own to look for the school. The United States has, I don't know how many thousands of colleges and universities out there. We don't have agreement with all of them, but I'm sure you can transfer to many other schools. That would be something that you have to search for. And if there's a certain school on your mind, maybe you want to look into that one before you're getting into the program.
And next question, can we have a job with just an associate's degree in cybersecurity?
I'm coming back from the industry. I did 29 years in the industry. And computer science and cybersecurity are hot out there. So this is something where there's a possibility, just like every other field. Now, because of the demand, there's a possibility, there is a chance, but the higher your degree is, the more of an opportunity that you may have and the more money you can make. So for me to go and graduate with a 2 years college and looking for a job, someone has a master's, a bachelor's would have a higher priority than me in the field. So someone who's getting to this one, you may get a job with associate degree, but the money would not be as good as if you were to get a master's or a bachelor's. And the other thing is, if you were to get into the year-up program, that is an internship, paid internship for you. So you have a job, you will be able to network with the companies, and that will be a job that hopefully will get you into some type of a job like this one.
Great. And I can see more questions are coming in. That's great. Keep them coming if you have questions. Like I said, we will try to get to as many as we can, and I'm just following them in order at the moment. So the next question here is about the Year Up program. The individual says that the Year Up program has an age requirement of 18 to 26, which is true. I'm a transitioning veteran and I'm 33. Are there similar opportunities for internships, job experiences available for me?
At the college, that's the only program that we have. Outside, that's a different one.
Yeah, I will say we do have a great career services department that I know will work with students in helping them find internships or work experience. So they have a full staff dedicated just for connecting students to employers or internship opportunities. So yeah, the Europe program is a very specific program, but I would recommend our career services department. And they've done a lot of new things recently. So they've really expanded their connections with employers and internship opportunities. So that's what I would recommend. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Yes, this is it's good because I had a lot of students from coming from the Army or the Navy, veterans, and I really have a lot of respect for these people because actually they come in with a lot of experience. They are exposed to a lot of things there, especially if they were in the field of communications or in the field of digital forensics or anything working for the government. Now, beside the the jobs that we have with Year Up, the careers and the career services. We also have working interns for the college, work studies. And what we do with these work study students is we give them jobs, I'm not sure, 20 hours a week or so. The college pays these students, and your job in this case would be helping a professor with, let's say, preparing a lab or grading a lab or helping students performing labs. And we use those students to help us in all computer science classes. So that is another opportunity. But yes, the career placement office have been working with many of our students, and they were able to help them with jobs within the college and outside the college.
Great. This next individual said that they're currently registered and they're currently enrolled. What's next? I know there's an orientation on Monday, August 24th. So yes, there is an online orientation. They should be sending that information out to you. I don't oversee the online orientation, but it sounds like if you're registered and you're enrolled, you're doing exactly what you should be doing. And that orientation information of how to get into that should be coming out very soon. I would expect in the next couple days for you to be able to log into the online orientation. Next question here: is there a coding class in the program?
Yes, the program itself requires two programming. Programming is coding. Coding and programming are the same words used interchangeably by people. So we teach you Java programming, and we teach you advanced programming. Other options would be like for your own if you were to take C++. But yes, we offer programming there.
Does St. Peter's have specific scholarship requirements for their master's program?
I think the GPA is their main requirement.
Yeah, and they should have that information on their website. So I would also refer you to them. Since it's a specific scholarship coming from St. Peter's, they would have that information. But I do believe you're correct, Professor, that the GPA is usually the biggest requirement.
I see a question here. Do I have to have any background with IT to apply to cybersecurity? No. You could come in as long as you have the appetite for computer science. For if you are, if you could take courses. It's like, for example, you need to take Java programming. So Java programming will be the first course. Do I expect you to know any programming prior to taking that course? No. So we are looking for anyone graduating, let's say high school, with no previous IT experience or knowledge in anything. All we look for is people coming over with commitment. Someone is looking to really study. I'm not just looking for someone to come in and register. There's work, there's homework, there are exams, there are labs. This is something really serious. If you when you graduate from the college, you don't want to graduate with just say I have a diploma and I graduated. Remember, there are a lot of people out there, so we'll look forward here to see a student coming in, learning, graduating with a high GPA, because with the high GPA, that will open the doors for you to get enrolled in high prestigious universities, and also will be a window for you to get the scholarship. So to have anything prior to coming over, nothing but your uh, steadfast commitment that I am going there and I want to study and this is what I want to do.
This next question here: is there a place where students can find the written articulation agreements at HCC that HCC has with each school? So I think they're looking, is there a place on the website or an area they can find that information? What I would recommend at this time, because our website's going through an overhaul at the moment, is email admissions@hcc.edu. And we can provide that information and the articulation agreements that we have. Our new website is getting closer, and it should be up soon, but we will have a full page dedicated to more details about those articulation agreements. Next question here. Thank you for all the information you provided. What are my chances of acceptance at St. Peter's with full or partial scholarship with a GPA of 3.4?
Again, 3.4, I would tell you, yes, you will be accepted. But as far as the full scholarship, I'm not sure about that one. What I could tell you is I've seen students with a much higher GPA, they got full scholarships. I've seen students with a GPA like yours, they got partial scholarship. And along with, if you are entitled for financial aid, both of them together, that will cover your school. In the end, if you don't get a full scholarship, you might get a partial scholarship. And again, if the full scholarship, if the partial scholarship, along with the financial aid, do not cover everything, yeah, you may end up paying something minimal.
The next question here is, are we going to use Canvas for all subjects or just some? Because I only see one subject there. It sounds like a student that is already enrolled. Maybe they're taking a few different classes. I'm not specifically sure. I do know for, yeah, if depending, a lot of the classes, since 85% are remote, that everything should be on Canvas, unless you have a class that has been designated as an on-campus class.
I'll add to that one. For example, all my courses for the fall semester, I have not opened the Canvas yet. We have to load our requirements and syllabus and everything, so you may not see them available there yet. But I could tell you that the cybersecurity classes, specifically, they all would be through Canvas.
Yeah. And classes start September 2nd. So yes, a lot of things may not be uploaded yet. So just be patient with that. But they will, a lot of times they'll start getting populated a few days before the class begins.
One more thing about those classes. Yes, the normal classes will start on September 2nd, but also to accommodate students, for example, in the year up program, I'm offering some classes that would start, we call this Q session, and they will start on September 24th. They will end at the same time like other classes, but their time span, the meeting time will be compensated to extend that time to cover the whole material and to have the same exact amount of time all over.
Right. So the Q term refers to our quick term. And just a correction on that, it's September 23rd is the start date. So yes, that's a great, it's the same thing, but it's a little bit shortened, 12 weeks instead of our normal 15-week term. So we encourage you to enroll as soon as possible to make sure you get a seat in the class. But there are two options for start dates, September 2nd and September 23rd. Can you enroll in the program part-time?
Yes, you can enroll part-time. Yes, you can do full-time. My preference, but again, this depends on you, because we understand that some of you might be working, some of you might have other family responsibilities, and you want to do part-time. That's possible. That is doable. Remember, the sooner you finish, the faster you graduate. And the faster you graduate, the faster you get into real good paying jobs. Also, the fact that there's so much demand on this field, as I said before, all colleges and universities are really competing into getting students into this program. What does that mean? It means like 2 years from now, a lot of these students will be graduating and they will be in the field. So the longer it takes you, the more people you have out there to compete with to get a job. I would commit more, but if my situation doesn't help, yes, I would go part-time, and that the option is available for you.
Someone asked here, how do I add classes to my schedule? If you can set up an appointment with an advisor to do that. I see somebody else asked about that, where I can find that information, hcc.edu/remote services. That's where you can set up remote and in-person appointments. That's hcc.edu/remote services.
That's it. That's exactly right. There is a little challenge here, which is certain students wait till last minute to register for one reason or the other. And at that point, classes get full. And if a class is full, like I look at my classes and I see 24 students, I might be able to push one more 25. But a student should have a plan. As a student coming into the college, you need to know what courses you need. Right up front, these are the courses. You should have a plan of when to take these courses. Some of the courses will be depending on other ones, meaning that there's a course, a prerequisite for the next one. So you have to take those courses prior to take other ones. Now, when a student waits till last minute and classes are full, and if there is an opportunity, if there's a way for me to let you into the program, I would not hesitate doing so. But when I see that's becoming a lot, that becomes an issue, because we don't want to have too many students in the classroom, because the less students we have is the better interaction between the professor and the students. So we are limiting our classes to 24 students, but one more does not make much of a difference. 3 more, that will be an issue. So we could help you, but we cannot go beyond the limit.
Right. And we take pride in our small class sizes here at Hudson, which is on average around 20. Like our professor said, it allows more for that interaction, develop that relationship with your classmates and your professor. So absolutely agree. This next question here is, will all the professors be willing and actually teach on campus? Now, again, remember, 85% of our classes will be remote, but certain classes will be on campus. Our administration and leadership is working with those faculty members to prepare them in the safest way possible. We're putting a lot of protocols and safety protocols into place. Again, you can go to hcc.edu/return to campus to find out more information on how classes will be taught this fall. Okay, I'm interested in the program and I feel secure in my math skills, but I have never taken a programming computer science class. Does the HCC program have mentors or a program to help students get up to speed in computer science?
Very good. So math is a way of solving your problems. And if you are strong in math, I don't see an issue with someone like you succeeding in computer science, especially in the programming. Now, as far as mentors, uh, we have tutoring center. We also encourage students to work with each other. If you take a programming class, you will feel, once you take it, you will feel the difference between computer science and other disciplines. But not to be intimidated by programming or computer science overall. If you did math, then you would do well here. And I could tell you something based on my experience. I came from a family where I have 4 brothers and sisters who all were math teachers. And I wasn't that good in high school with math. At college, I did very well. But I went for computer science. One of the reasons I went for computer science because I thought that math is too hard for me. So if you are doing well in math, then computer science will be, and cybersecurity will be a much easier field for you.
Great. All right. In 1 second here. So how do computer certificates like Security Plus, OSCP, OSWE stack up against a degree or master's in cybersecurity in the job market?
Okay, so there's a big difference between certification and degrees. These certificates a lot of jobs, a lot of companies do not honor them. I encourage students to go for certifications along with the degree or after the degree. So when you have a degree, again, I came from the industry. I did 29 years in the industry, and I worked for a company that at one point was employing 300,000 employees. We served 135 countries. And when there's a job posted internally for employees, they would look for, most of the times, a bachelor's or a master's degree in the field. The certificate is there as enhancement, as a plus. At the moment, you may find jobs because there isn't too many graduates in cybersecurity yet. But I could tell you that years ago, people who had certificate in programming were able to get a job in the field. Later on, people with certificates would not be able to survive in the field even after having the experience, because jobs would demand the having of the bachelor's or the master's degree. It's great to have the certificate. We also take the certificate. We have something that admission would work with you on. For certain courses, we could take some of those certificates in lieu of some courses, like we would waive certain courses. So if you come in with, let's say, an A+ degree certificate, I would look at the material that was covered, line it up with, let's say, my intro to a networking class. And I've done this before, and I line up the topics and I see that you already learned these things. I'm not going to make you take the course over. That's what we do.
Great. So someone was asking about is it possible to accept international students during the circumstances of coronavirus? And we are working with students in different situations, international students specifically. I can't guarantee anything because there could be certain restrictions, and that's certainly not my area of expertise. We do have an international student representative that works with international students. If you email admissions@hcc.edu, they will get you connected to our international representative that can work with you and go over some of those requirements and talk about the potential restrictions and issues that you may encounter. What is the cost of this program? So just to, the best place to go is to hcc.edu/tuition. We do list all of our tuition on there. Right now, our tuition is frozen for the 2020 to 2021 academic year, and it's right now per credit, it's $149, but you can also see the associated fees on there as well. Again, that's hcc.edu/tuition. And there is a difference if you're an in-county student, out of county, or out of state/international student. That is how your tuition is determined. You'll see that listed on there on that webpage.
There's a student, someone wrote a message in Spanish. I don't know how to understand Spanish, so if you can translate that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know it either. But again, if that person emails admissions@hcc.edu, we can have a Spanish-speaking individual reach out to you and talk to you about it more. I do see a question here for ethical hacking. Are we going to be only taking the well-known programming languages like C++, Java, Python, and other?
So the ethical hacking is a course that is not a programming course. So you have, for example, you have courses required for the program. Among them is, or the main language is Java. But for the ethical hacking goes into the ethical hacking itself. Like, what is ethical hacking? What are you defending against? What are the problems that are out there? So these are two separate courses. You're not doing programming in ethical hacking, and you're not doing hacking into ethical hacking. So these two courses, two separate courses.
Please excuse me if this question was already asked, but how would I be able to enroll in the cybersecurity program? So it would start by applying to us at hcc.edu/apply. And then you will get assigned an admissions advisor that will assist you further. If you're a new student, you may have to take our placement test. The best resource I can give you right now is hcc.edu/remote services. You can set up appointments remote or in person. And then I also recommend checking out our enrollment guide at hcc.edu/enrollment guide. As I've been saying many times, I'm probably getting repetitive, but any questions that you have about enrollment can always be addressed to admissions@hcc.edu. What percentage of students enrolled in the program graduate? So it sounds like, yeah, what percentage of students enrolled in maybe the graduate program, I think they're asking, maybe at St. Peter's? I'm not specifically sure. I don't know if we have that information. How many students do you know maybe go on to a graduate program?
I don't know the percentage, but I could tell you that all students enrolled in the program who graduate with high GPAs or good students, they will all go through the program and they will pursue the 4 years and the master's program. The way how the program is set is we have courses you see yourself going through. So a student who comes in and does not put the work into the degree, you're not going to graduate. You're not going to make it through. So we're not going to give you false hopes. Just come in and register and everything is just going to go hunky-dory. No, there's work here. If you are, and as I said before, I'm not looking for anything, any background. If you are looking to commit and you are looking to really study and do the work, you will make it. Guys, when I came to the country, I did not know how to put two English words together, but all I had is commitment. And when I came here, I came to study electrical engineering. Somehow I found myself into computer science. The only drive that was pushing me through was the determination. So if you have the determination to study, you will have here professors who are also determined to teach. It has to go hand in hand. You have to be really committed to learn, and you will find someone here committing to teach you. That's what you need to have.
Great. All right, there's just a few more questions. And I am trying to get to them all, and we're just hitting the hour mark. So let me see. Let's see here. I have my certificate as a network tech from an institute. Is there any chance to have credits for this program?
Yes, that's what I mentioned before. I did have actually someone who was working in the field. She's an excellent student and she did bring her certificates, and I was able to waive a number of courses for her. The only catch here is this. So you come in here, you bring me the certificate. We work with you along with admission. We'll waive those courses. You don't have to take them here. But I can't guarantee that when you go to the 4 years college, they will honor that that waivement. They may ask you to take a test there to accept it. For us here, we do not make you take the test. We look at what you have completed and we count that toward some credits. But again, keep in mind that when you transfer, there is a possibility that they will say to you, you took this course, it was counted, you did not take this course, it was counted for you as a credit, so you might have to take a test to get it waived again.
Great. And I think we are at the end of our questions here. So at this time, unless there's anything last minute that anyone wants to ask, like I said, we just hit the program was scheduled from 3 to 4. We're just slightly past 4 p.m. But if there's any last minute questions, or if I missed a question that you might have asked that you really want the answer to, please resubmit it and I can see it again. But these were great questions, and we certainly appreciate you asking. And we also encourage you to reach out to us. What I'm going to do is at the end of the presentation, I will put the slides up about the enrollment information, just so you have the contact information for the departments, and if you need to reach out to anyone. So I'll show the first slide for 30 seconds, and then I'll show the second slide for 30 seconds as well. Again, just so you have all the information and can reach out to us. And we hope to see you as a potential student in the future, or if you already are, we're happy to have you here. So Professor Aljamal, thank you so much for presenting today. This was great information. Like I said, I've even learned some things today that I didn't know before about the cybersecurity program. So just fantastic. And I don't know if you have any last words you want to mention.
Thank you, Mr. Fessler. This is great. I really appreciate the opportunity for giving me the podium to speak with the potential students. And for you guys, I really look forward to see you all. I am the one who put this program together, and I'm teaching most of these courses. So eventually, when you register, which I hope you will do that soon, you will be one of my students. You could look and see how we are doing the courses. You always can see, rate my professors, and you see how students are satisfied with our commitment here. I teach at Hudson, and I also am a part-time professor at Bergen Community College, and I take a real pride in this job. I am a father of 5 kids who all graduate students, and I treat my students the way how I treat my kids, and I look forward to meet you all and help you all, and see you soon. Thank you.
That's a perfect way to end it. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, I will put up the slides here for you to have the contact information. And please reach out to us. We hope to hear from you. Otherwise, have a great evening, and everyone take care.
Thank you.